What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Saturday stream. Hold on for just a minute. I'm gonna have to. Okay, let's see if I can pull it off. On a new computer today, so okay, we're rolling. I think audio is good. Video is good, so excellent. All right, welcome to this unusual weekend stream. I've been a little bit off from the regular schedule streaming since I've been having some issues with my computer and the quality wasn't good at all. It was actually kind of robotic, and I just decided to do short videos instead of streaming, and now I'm using a different computer, so I think this is gonna do just fine. Bitcoin price has been getting better and better for the past few days. Still not out of the woods. You know that because you get a flip 64K and whatever. At least we didn't just nuke immediately, so that's good. Apparently, Germany ran out of coins last Friday. I'm not sure if they had any coins returned into the wallet because for some days they would send BTC out to different exchanges, and then the exchanges would send them back into their wallet at the end of the day. So I'm not sure if that happened. I didn't see anything on Twitter, so I'm guessing they actually sold all of their BTC. So we just got rid of that FUD. There was flooding the timeline, and we now have the Mount Gox FUD. But I don't think that one is as bad as the Germany selling because when they started selling, basically everyone knew that they were going to sell their entire stack. And with Mount Gox, it's just a distribution of coins that into their users. That it's not a sure thing that they're going to sell. Granted, you're going to see some kind of selling pressure, but I don't think it's going to be the same as a country selling their coins to zero in their wallet. So it's good that the market already absorbed all that selling. And yesterday we actually printed the first bar of positive momentum on the MACD since a long time, chat. Since, my God, since 34 days that we had negative momentum on the MACD histogram. And yesterday we painted the first positive bar with a bullish retest to the bottom of this bull flag, the downsloping channel. And today you're actually managing to get above the $58,408 resistance support, which is this critical inflection point from 2021. Here you can see here daily candle close on this all-time high. When you came into this level, you had a big sell-off. So it's a very real level that you're getting back above. Pretty nice to be on that camp for the bulls, but you still have a lot of work to do. This chart has to overcome different resistances that we were actually above in the past, but I think we're on a good path for maybe a reversal. You do have some bullish divergence being confirmed on the MACD, bullish divergence on the RSI also, but you need to get back above the daily 200 moving average, then above this mid-range, and ultimately these two large resistance at 64K and 69K, I think are going to be the ultimate test for the bulls if you wanted to see that price discovery that everyone's been waiting for so long. But I think it's great news that you're holding 58.4 right now. I think it's good price action. And I did a video on Wednesday. I don't know if you had the chance to look at it, but I'm gonna put in a clear chart for it. I'm just gonna go through it real quick. If you want more detail on it, you can go to my account and check the video straight up. But basically, the thesis is that we're on a mid-cycle correction, just like we did on 2022 on the bear market. So you have this potential bull flag that you had a breakdown here, and you took out all of this lows. Looks pretty similar to this bull flag that you had here on 2022, that you took out all of these highs. You had a breakout that turned out to be a false breakout, and then ultimately you rolled over. So you came all the way up here. People got excited, started calling for 52K, took out these highs, this high also, and apparently you were breaking out of this bear flag. And everyone or most of the timeline flipped bullish, it's when the market turbo reversed to the downside and went into fresh lows after a 3-month consolidation. So maybe you're doing something like this. You're flipping everyone bearish at range lows. You're completing a false bearish breakdown, and you took out these lows from here also. And also have bullish divergence on the MACD here from this low to this low, and you had it a bearish divergence here from this high to this high. You have lower positive momentum on this high, and now you're having lower negative momentum on this low. So that's a really good hopium for the bulls on BTC. I've been on this camp for a while, and I think we actually get that. I'm not sure because you have a resistance overhead, but I think if you have a large market reversal like the one you have from the top to this mid range, it's pretty similar to this market reversal like the one that you have to the bottom to the top of this mid range. Now long consolidation and maybe another leg up violently like the one like the leg down that you had here. So it's worth entertaining, and I remain bullish. I've said it for the last couple of weeks on stream and both of videos. Although you had this breakdown on the daily structure, you started flipping into a daily trend to the downside, yada yada yada. But you still have plenty of high time frame charts that look spectacular, like the 3-month and the 6-month look really good still. You actually have a 3 white soldier pattern confirmed on the 6-month, just like it happened on 2016 after a 1 month, after a 1 year, an entire year of bull market. So I think the high time frame, really high time frame, like 3-month to 6-month charts looks amazing. So I'm going to entertain any bullish scenario on a lower time frame, such as the daily trend. I think it's worth considering the bullish scenario rather than the bearish scenario, in my opinion. So that's your BTC. Reclaiming critical levels is what you want to see. If we get a daily candle close like this, it'll be your highest daily candle close since the breakdown, chat, since July 3rd. Printing again positive momentum, really good. So quite good on that regard. I'm gonna check Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance has been bleeding a little bit for the past week, but you still have this potential in bearish head and shoulders. And also you're just on a crossroads here on BTC dominance. I'm gonna be honest with you. I will be on the camp of maybe this being a rollover and having this 3 following peaks distribution pattern being confirmed, just because we've been on such a long uptrend for the past 19 months, and you're starting to print lower highs here. I would like to this pattern to get confirmed and that the daily candle close below the breakout line of 53.7%, which would have a measure move target to the downside all the way down to 50%. But on the other hand, you do have some kind of inverse head and shoulders potential scenario here that could play out. And on the 3-day, we're talking about this potential inverse head and shoulders that you could have on the MACD histogram: the left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder. But it hasn't been confirmed yet because you're printing negative momentum once again, and maybe you print enough negative momentum to take out the slows, and then the whole structure just gets invalidated. But I don't know. It's gonna go either way. Either this is reaccumulation and it's gonna pump into possibly 57% again. But if you take out the lows from here, from Wednesday, June 26th, I think, if you take the lows from the 28th or the 26th, I think there's a good chance that you'd be coming for the lows of May. And then if you get a daily candle close below that low, you would have confirmed this three following peaks classic distribution pattern that would have a measure move target all the way down to the lower 50s. So you're just gonna need more data on what's gonna happen. It's been quite choppy above here, so yeah, I'm just gonna leave this here so you remember what it could happen. You have this large top here. So that could be the three following peaks scenario like that, or you could do it also like this: 1, 2, 3, and then a lower high here. So you still have both options. Being strictly honest, this cannot tell you what's going to happen. I think if you take out this lows, then this whole potential inverse head and shoulder structure starts to get really ugly looking, and I will be more in favor of a reversal. But if you start trending up again, maybe this whole distribution is just not going to play out. But that's your Bitcoin dominance. I want to head into USDT dominance because I think this chart's really interesting. You do have bearish divergence here confirmed on the daily time frame on the MACD histogram. This is really important, chat. This is really important. You had a bearish engulfing candle yesterday, and you're catching follow through of us of today. And maybe this just turned out to be overbought. Like we talked here, everyone was so scared. Everyone thought that we were going to zero on one candle. But I said if we play this bear flag, this range, this would be considered overbought. So maybe you're just heading down to the bottom of the channel into oversold again, and we'll see what happened. You're getting really close to the 5.23% level, critical inflection point from the past. You'll see that every time that we came to this level, we reversed. Also did it to the upside here on early January of this year. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see what's going to happen on that level. But USDT dominance working on your lowest daily candle close since July 3rd, just before the 4th of July nuke that we had on early this month. If I turn on the 200, it's going to be really interesting too. What happens again if we get a bounce out of the 200 moving average? Because you see that it was getting regarded as resistance, and when we had a breakout, then we had a bullish back test to it. We actually had 2 days that bullishly back tested this 200 moving average, and then we had a large impulse to the upside. So market participants are clearly looking at this daily 200 and using it as some kind of support and resistance. So it's going to be really interesting when we get again somewhat to the 5% level and use the dominance, and to see if we get a reaction out of market participants in that regard. But yeah, I just like what I see on USDT dominance, this bearish divergence being confirmed, this whole impulse here just being weaker positive momentum than this whole run up here. It just gives me confidence of maybe we're gonna go test the daily 200 and then see if we are actually able to get a breakdown from it and come into range lows and have the whole bullish fractal that we talked about on Bitcoin just a few minutes ago play out. I think that would be spectacular for the market. And a lot of people are sidelining. A lot of people are calling for, I don't know, just any random spots of liquidity they want to get. Like, we need to see 48K. We need to see this. We need to see 40K. We need to see that. And you know that when people start to be really vocal about targets and almost start to talk about uncertainty, what's going to happen next, usually the market just mean reverts, and you don't get the kind of price action that you're hoping for, in all honesty. So that's your USDT dominance. I'm gonna look real quick at the SPX and the Nasdaq. Just we had some selling on Thursday on the CPA print, but then a big recovery on Friday. A lot of people were calling for IWM rotation to Russell 2000, so maybe some rotation from large stocks to mid caps. I would say that's kind of bullish because market participants maybe are just picking some stuff that's a little bit further down the risk curve, and potentially that could be Bitcoin and altcoins. So that's your SPX and Nasdaq. You do have this potential triple burst on the MACD histogram that could give somewhat of a pullback, because you didn't have on this burst divergence on the mid of June. It's just turned out to be higher prices. So maybe you kind of somewhat get a pullback here on this triple burst divergence, potentially getting confirmed in a few more days. We'll see if the market participants actually confirm it. So Ethereum underperforming Bitcoin today is currently up 0.64%. That's probably explained on the Bitcoin dominance daily uptick. But printing the first positive momentum on the MACD histogram on Ethereum, bro, since June 2nd. So over a month of negative momentum on Ethereum about to be taken out. You're reclaiming the daily 200 moving average, so that's better than BTC gets. BTC is still below it, and I've seen a lot of comparison on this price action to Bitcoin's price action on last year. Like this kind of price action, it's pretty similar because you have this big impulse, then a bleeding, and then a violent move to the upside, some bleeding, and then a reversal into the lows, potentially into a little bit of a lower low here, I think, or almost equal lows. I think Ethereum did a lower low, but anyway, pretty similar structures. Although Ethereum didn't take out this highs like BTC did in August of 2023. But I've seen some kind of similarities on the timeline, and for myself, it actually looks somewhat similar. I'm not saying it's going to play out immediately like that, but if we're able to hold $3,026 here, I think if Ethereum's in some good territory for a run up, especially if Bitcoin continues to get good price action like the one we've seen for the past week. I think Ethereum is going to perform well. You also have the ETF trading. That's probably going to come maybe this week or the next one. We've been waiting a lot for this time. Like you see the news, like it's going to be this week, and then some other random news call for another week. So who knows? But it's coming soon, and we'll see what that's going to be due to price. I think the ETF flows on Ethereum are going to be beta to the BTC flows. I don't think they're going to decouple. And Bitcoin has been having nice flows for the past week. You can see it on price. So maybe Ethereum gets some good price too. This Bitcoin against the SPX. about to confirm the first positive momentum since July 2nd. You have this bull divergence being confirmed today. You're still below this descending channel, but maybe this was right that this three falling peaks classic distribution measure move target of a down 20% from the breakout line was just going to underperform since you had a throwback here. Bulkowski actually said that that kind of accumulation and distribution patterns, if they get a throwback, meaning a daily candle close below the breakout line or above the breakout line, in this case, they tend to have an underperformance of such patterns. So maybe that's what you're seeing on Bitcoin, Bitcoin against the SPX, and it's what it will resolve to Bitcoin having that 2022 fractal playing out. That would mean that this whole distribution pattern would have just underperformed. So let's take a look at some altcoins. So the usual suspects have not been getting the love the last 3 days that they've been getting for the past months. It's not like they've been dumping. Solana still looks pretty good, still printing strong positive momentum on the MACD histogram above this mid range here, but it hasn't been doing anything. Like Solana's been way more reflexive to BTC for the past month than what's been doing on the last week. I don't know why that would be. You do have this bearish bat here with a type 2 return. Maybe it plays out. The target would be the top of the M shape, and you're 144 bucks here, which is this very important inflection point from 2022. This complacency shoulder from that bear market. So if you want to see higher prices on Solana, you need to get above 144. Yeah. Although it's been really good, it's just it's weird to see Bitcoin pump 1.3% on the daily and just see Solana don't do anything. That's what's intriguing, and it's been going on for just 5 days. So, and we'll check out later on the stream, but you do have some coins that have been doing stuff. So, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. So this is your Sol BTC, potentially putting a lower high here regarding this high. You had this somewhat of a head and shoulders pattern that you didn't get a breakdown, so you had an immediate reaction to the upside. You're still above the daily 200, but you're falling below this inflection point here, pretty significant from 2021 as well. And every time that you came here, you had a massive reflection to the upside, and it was clearly treated as resistance on early this year as well. So falling below that level, losing positive momentum on the MACD histogram, and you have hidden bearish divergence here on the daily. So maybe Bitcoin's just gonna outperform Sol for a while here. It could be because I don't know. Solana's been definitely the flavor of this bull market and a risk-on index. So it will be pretty astonishing to see Solana lag for a minute. But maybe I don't know. Market tends to do stuff. If maybe Solana is just too of a consensus play for now, then the market's just gonna punish it. The same as with Pepe. We talked about Pepe a month ago that it didn't look as great, and look what it's been doing. I'm not saying it's gonna die, but I think that the market's just on such fearful levels now, and the market sentiment is so fearful that sometimes what happens is that meme coins don't get the love until you get into frothier conditions, and market participants just much rather buy other coins, or you get a rotation into utility or large caps, or even Dino coins that been getting the bid, XRP, iOS, EOS, whatever, XLM. Some altcoins have been getting the love the past few days, and sometimes you just cannot explain it. But you do have that bearish, hidden bearish divergence here from this high to this high on Sol BTC, and the structure isn't as lovely as you would like it to be. Granted, you can still get a strong bounce out of the 200 moving average and just continue the uptrend. That if I what's just had to guess, then maybe you're going to see BTC outperforming Sol for a bit. And having that said, let's take a look at Sol ETH, one of my favorite charts for the past months because it's been really telling on what's been going on for Solana. So you do have this higher high regarding this early June high. So maybe you could be talking about you do have hidden divergence here as well, about to be confirmed. So have that in mind. So maybe this could turn out into be a market structure for a higher high, and then maybe you put in a higher low, and then you continue the uptrend. But we also talked on the other side of the bias. Maybe this was just a deviation here above, and maybe if you take out this lows from here, you could still be on the camp of this being week of distribution schematic type 2 on Solana against Ethereum. So it's really catchy at this point because you do have this hidden bearish divergence both on Sol BTC and Sol ETH. So I don't know what's going on Solana, and for the past 10 months or so, it's been the greatest play, the greatest layer one, and he actually had an ETF filing from 2 funds on the US. So that's a really strong narrative for coming months. But yeah, if this hidden bearish divergence gets confirmed on Sol ETH and Sol BTC, I don't think it's going to be that good for price. You just need to put in a higher low regarding this low here. If you put in a higher low anywhere here, then maybe you could be talking about that market structure break from the downside into the upside. But if you take out this lows from here, you're really close to the sign of weakness and potentially confirming this distribution with a daily candle close below this level, and that's where you would enter phase E, which is the down market phase. So basically all you need is for this not to be a lost point of supply and a continuation to this distribution. In my opinion, you just need one higher low. That's what you need on Sol ETH. It's been really cryptic ever since you put in this low here. It's been really choppy. Like I was going to reverse, and that's going to reverse. It's going to be above the daily 200. It's not going to be above the daily 200. And for today, you're still above and maybe finding somewhat of a support. But yeah, maybe you're just using this inflection point of support as for now. But if you put in the higher low on Sol ETH, then it's gonna, in my opinion, it's gonna continue to trend upwards, and this whole last point of supply is gonna be just thrown out of the window by market participants, and this whole distributive kind of structure is just gonna be somewhat of recumulation. But if you don't put in the higher low and you take out the lows, then it's gonna look really bad for Sol ETH. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions, chat, on what I'm saying. Sometimes I just been yapping for about 30 minutes now, and I covered just Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. So Jupiter has been trading a lot like Sol Beta. Whatever Solana does, Jupiter just does it on a stronger impulse. It's currently down 1% on the daily, and just fighting to step up this 75 cents level, this inflection point from the past. If you lose it, I don't think it's that good, because you enter you enter the up and down territory, but you're printing strong positive momentum on the MACD histogram as for now. You have this bullish divergence on the MACD also, but you haven't been getting any follow through. You just had this massive up wick, the shadow that you left on July 4th. It was because Jupiter got listed on a Korean exchange, a South Korean exchange, but you haven't been getting any bid, chat. Like these coins have not been getting bid on this bounce. In all honesty, Solana could be trading way above the current levels on this bounce. Apparently, like this flush just got all of the Solana lovers out of the market because it's not been getting bid. And if you compare it to XRP, which we're going to be doing in a minute, Solana has been drastically underperforming XRP for the past week, I would say. It's wild. This whole initial bull market flavor of the market coins like AI and memes have not been getting that bid. Just constantly bleeding. Look at render falling below the $6 and 14 cents level. Inflection point from 2022 here. Look at that. Look at how real this level is. Really close to the TGE here, body, and a daily candle close from December 2021. If you fall below it, it's not that great. Still well below the daily 200, printing negative momentum. This could turn out into be a bullish divergence, but you just need confirmation. And maybe it's not gonna play out if it continues like that, you know. Pepe has not been doing much too. Look at Pepe falling below here. This massive inflection point. That look at the bullish retest that you had here when you broke out. Had a massive impulse. You had a bearish retest to us this whole past week. Look at this. Look at this, chat. Look at what happened here. You fell below. You broke down with a daily candle close on July 7, and then you had a formal bearish retest to the level, and now you're catching follow through. And this is also the 618 from lows to highs retracement level. So that's not really great for Pepe. Granted, Chad, you don't have to interpret this as I'm calling for the death of this coins. Not at all. All I'm saying is that there's weakness and there's strength, and Pepe right now is on the weaker side of coins, because BTC has been bouncing and Pepe's been bleeding, and that's not what you saw here on April, on mid-April, all the way up to the end of May. This whole run-up was also a Bitcoin bounce, but Pepe was most reflexive to that move, and now you're not seeing that, chat. You're actually not seeing that as for now. You're falling. About to go for the lowest daily candle close since July 7th. Losing positive momentum, potentially about to create a bullish divergence. But I don't know how the performance is going to do if you're having that kind of decoupling from what BTC has been doing. What you want to see on Pepe is that whole reflexive. Look at what Pepe did when BTC barely bounced here on April 20. Look what Pepe did. It actually almost reclaimed the whole nuke in just a week. Pepe should have been like at a run here if it was doing the same now than what it did here. So that's a sign. That's a sign, in my opinion, on what the market's picking. It's picking as of right now. Not saying it's not going to come back. Not saying it's going to be one of the greatest performance of the bull market. It's definitely possible, and maybe likely. But I think that what I'm trying to say is that maybe the market's so fearful that memes have not been getting that bid, like the bid that you get on frothier conditions. Like memes had their season from January to April or even May here, so almost a 6 month season. But the the market was in greedy mode back then, wasn't on fearful mode on what's doing now. So maybe you're gonna have to wait until market gets a little bit more greedy. Granted, it can happen quickly if Bitcoin goes into 80K from here to, I don't know, mid August, then you're gonna get greedy real quick soon. But if market stays on fearful conditions and it takes a little bit of a while or some time to get back into price discovery, then maybe this blue chip memes are gonna have to wait a little bit for getting that somewhat of a bounce. My opinion, I think that's what you're seeing, and that maybe could be translated into Solana as well. But I don't know. So, do you remember, Chad, when we were breaking out in October from 30K, and you have the whole run up into 48K or so, 46K, just before the ETF? You had a crazy pump on utility. It wasn't a meme coin rally. You saw Link rallying. You saw Solana rallying. You saw some AI coins rallying. All of them were basically utility. End of quote. If you could say so. Um, just after the ETF approval and a market going crazy is when you saw a craze on memes, not before. So that's maybe the hot ball of money rotating from memes into utility. It's what you're seeing, or not utility, just any other kind of coins. And as for now, as for today, it's on Dino coins. So if Kobe has a great paper, if you go to his Substack, you can read about the last bull market in 2021, about the hot ball of money and the rotation that the market had. So basically, when a narrative felt the most safe to put money on, it was basically the riskiest time to do. So maybe now you have to put in your money on on the most risky plays, if you could say so, so that how they feel. Because it's not like it's going to be riskier to put in money on Aave or any other coin like that. But maybe if you put in your money on something that you think is not going to perform, maybe it's what's gonna perform best for the following weeks. And granted, this cryptos can change really quick. Pepe can start getting that bid tomorrow, and everything's we're gonna be updating it um, every now and then. I'm gonna be checking out these charts, but as of today, Pep is not been getting that bid like it used to do on the market recovery on April. That's very real. ENS, it's down 2.7% on the day. We talked about this potentially being a deviation, and now you had a back test on Tuesday. So I'm not a fan of this chart until maybe you come into the daily 200, or until you get a clear daily breakout above the 27 bucks and 75 cents level here. Very real level here, inflection point from May of 2022, and also from early this year. So yeah, I think it may need a little bit of recumulation before going into that expansion into the 40 bucks level, because this level is pretty much thin air, it's up and down territory. So I don't know, I just don't like the deviation as for now, and this back test that we had. So maybe you put in another higher low and then try again. Stacks has been doing some things. It's pretty mind-boggling. Because look at the bounce that Stacks has been having on this week and compare it to what Pepe's been doing. Stacks has been getting that bounce. Look at that. It almost recovered the whole downtrend. I mean, not the whole downtrend, but at least the whole flush from July 4th. So that's interesting. I'm not such a fan of the market structure because you're putting lower lows and lower highs. Maybe if you take out this highs from here, if I'm being patient, you would need to take out this highs and the higher low, and then you rip. Like you would need something like this. But something crypto does something like that, so you're not even able to position yourself. So I think that's why people sometimes FOMO, and you're way below the daily 200. But if we want to talk about reflexivity on this bounce, STX has been outperforming the Living S out of Pepe and With and some other memes. And you do have this bullish divergence here confirmed, printing strong positive momentum in the MACD histogram. And if you're not able to take out this high soon, then this could turn into potentially another bearish, hitting bearish divergence from this high here into this high here. You see a higher momentum on the MACD and a lower high on price. As for now, this hasn't reversed yet, but that's the crossroads. I would have bought STX by now, seeing the reflexivity, if it didn't have this market structure, because this just could turn into another lower high and roll over, even put in a higher high and fail to put in that higher low and just roll over again. So that's harsh. Hold on a second, chat. I have to plug in my computer here.